Hello, I'm Carl at Trident Fly Fishing. Today we're going to tie the cruncher. The cruncher is a nymph fly that has many variations. This is similar to a fly tied by Barry Clark. It seems to be quite popular, and I don't know the history of the fly, but I suspect that it's very old. Here's the fly in the vise. The hook we're going to use today is a TMC 5262. That's their 2 extra long nymph hook. And our thread today is going to be Danville's Flymaster 6/0 in black. We'll get our thread started about 2 eye lengths behind the hook eye and wrap back to the bend. Okay, we're going to tie in our tail next. This is a ginger colored cape, and this is a chance to use some of the longer fibers that we don't usually use for fly tying. And we'll get some of the stiffer fibers that are farther up, pull several out parallel with the stem to even up the tips, and we'll make those about hook shank in length. Tie those in on top. Wrap our thread forward where we'll tie in our rib, and that's just some copper wire in the size small, uni wire. And we'll tie that in on the far side of the hook. And for the body of the fly, we're just going to use Pheasant Tail. We'll select 4 or 5 fibers out. Tear them away, and we'll tie those in right at the base of the tail. Run our thread back up to our initial tie-in point. And we'll try and keep the fibers nice and even as we wrap. It gives us a nice flat, even looking body. I'm going to run out of finger room here, so I'll grab my pliers. Capture our material, tie it off, get rid of our excess, take our copper wire. We're going to wrap that in the opposite direction that we tied in the fibers. This adds a lot of strength to those fibers. They're pretty fragile. Fish gets his tooth in there, he's going to break it. And I think wrapping in the opposite direction also keeps that copper wire up on top of the fibers, so creates a better visual of segmentation. Next we're going to tie in the thorax. That is just some Peacock Herl. I like to pick the herl from up near the eye. It tends to be a little thicker. Tie that in and wrap forward to the eye of the hook. Save our work here. We're going to use our vise to wrap that Peacock Herl. Get rid of our excess there, and next we're going to tie in a collar, and for that we have whiting Hen Cape in the color Furnace, and I've selected a feather here. We're going to prepare that by cutting off what we don't need on the bottom, and this is a pretty sparse collar, so I'm going to remove the material from one side of the feather. And we're only going to take about maybe 3 wraps with this. Reposition that so it doesn't fall off the hook. Cut off our excess. Pull that back and form a nice head. Four or 5 turn whip finish. See it or not. Cut the thread. And we'll add a little head cement. And our fly is finished. Please feel free to add comments at the bottom of the page, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to view all the new content here at Trident Fly Fishing. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again next time.